Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Peter Barrett to defeat Chase Hooper. And I'm here to talk about Emily Ducote versus Ashley Yoder. Yoder is 35 years old, 8-8 as a pro, and she's she's got 5 inches of height and 6.5 inches of reach over 29-year-old Ducote, who is 12-8 as a pro. I don't know why I thought Ashley Yoder was shorter for a second there. Yoder, she's 8-8. All 8 of her losses come via decision. This girl's proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that she is tough as all fuck. She lost twice via finish as an amateur, actually. One to Courtney Casey, who TKO'd her. I bet you anything that was just a positional thing. And then another girl submitted her. But she's erased all doubt. She's been in the UFC for a long time at this point. Probably closer to 10 years than even 5 years. And she's never been finished. Yoder has 8 wins, 4 via submission, 4 via decision. The 4 submissions all come via armbar, I think. And none of those are in the UFC. Generally, she's a grinder in the UFC. She's not the most imposing fighter. She's got some good physical gifts. I don't know about athletic gifts, to be honest. But physically, she's, again, 5 inches of height, 6.5 inches of reach. And she can make that work for her, but she doesn't really. On the feet, on the outside, she's not the sharpest striker. She's definitely good enough, but not good enough to beat Ducote in a kickboxing bout, a boxing bout. And really, she uses her height and her reach and her size and leverage in the clinch to neutralize you. That's really her thing, really. She wants to win that battle, rip you to the mat, but it doesn't really work in the UFC, so she's generally had to resort to neutralizing her opponents. And she's not bad. She makes the fights very close. You know, she's got some very close losses against some really good fighters. Mackenzie Dern, Lavinia Souza, Justine Kish, but she's beatable. The thing is, she's just not imposing. She doesn't create too many big moments for herself. And she's certainly capable of being beaten to the punch, Ashley Yoder. She's not the fastest and sharpest athlete, even though she's often got height and reach on her side. And again, at the UFC level, she's much of a grinder, and she will grind. And again, it's really tough to put her away, so she'll be grinding for 15 minutes. But she is a girl that is not really. She doesn't excel in one particular area. I think she's best on the ground, to be honest. Grappling, submission grappling, and most of the time she doesn't have the opportunity to even get there in the UFC. On the feet, on the outside, she's not bad, but she's up against it here against Emily Ducote. Ducote's 29 years old, 12-8 as a pro. She's got 7 finishes, 3 via TKO, 4 via submission, and just 5 decisions. So she's gotten more finishes than decisions. That's pretty cool. But still, Emily Ducote, she's no stranger to fighting to a decision, and I think that's what we could expect from most of her UFC fights, to be honest. And that goes in defeat as well. She's got 8 losses, much like Yoder. She was only finished in one of them, and it was a 5th-round submission, triangle armbar to Elimele McFarlane, who ironically got TKO'd in the 5th round 3 days ago. To Liz Carmouche. But that's it. The other 7 losses for Ducote are all decisions. They're all to really good fighters. Elimele McFarlane being one of them. Also beat her by decision. But Emily Ducote is a girl that is sharper than Ashley Yoder. Even though she doesn't have the prettiest record herself, she's a sharper fighter than Ashley Yoder. And she seems to have really come into her own as of late, although she had some tough luck recently in the UFC. But she fought 2 monsters in Lupi Godinez and Angela Hill, who also has 2 wins over Ashley Yoder, by the way. She had that 5-round split decision against Kanako Murata that I mentioned, I believe, last week. Really close fight there. That was a good battle. And Murata, obviously, a really good wrestler. Although, you just hit her from the bottom, you'll win the decision. Sour grapes. Ducote looked really good coming into the UFC. Got a few finishes, especially that head kick over Danielle Taylor. She knocked her, stunned her, and then head kicked her. And the win over Jessica Penne, she looked really good in that win. Really, really good. Mixing it up. Ducote's got really fast hands and legs. And she was chopping up Jessica Penne. And that led her to her most recent 2 losses. But here in this fight, I think Ducote should win this fight. I think this fight is a fight that will go to a decision regardless of who wins. But Yoder, I don't think she's going to be able to take Ducote down, not easily, and not make a thing of it. I think she's going to be relegated to neutralizing her in the clinch. That's it. And maybe she'll have success doing that. But in all the little in-betweens, Ducote is going to be doing much better from the outside. I think she's going to be much sharper, specifically much faster, and no way, I'd say, does she lose the points battle, despite giving up over half a foot of reach. So, could be wrong, but I'm picking Emily Ducote to win. Again, I'd guarantee if either girl does win, it is by decision, just considering their history and their durability. And that's why I like Ducote. Ducote minus 150 to win by decision. That's my only bet for this fight, and it's not big, but I know it is her only path to victory, and she's a pretty strong pick of mine. So, even though I've seen Yoder make it very close with a lot of good fighters, Ducote by decision is the pick. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.